Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mother Drive. This is episode 4 and part 2 in the series of BAM, which is about being an awesome mom while chasing your dreams. I'm Kate Matthews, and I will be your host. And you guys all know that I host this podcast from the car, and it's dedicated to having supportive and inspirational conversations for moms everywhere. As I mentioned previously, this is the second episode in the BAM series, and we are talking to moms that are entrepreneurs and are in the thick of chasing their dreams and juggling it and filling their cups in the process as well. So today's our guest, Megan Pisano, who owns Megan Pisano Designs here in New Jersey. And Megan, do you want to say a quick hello before I give a little blurb about your story?
Sure. Hi, I'm Megan. I'm the owner of Megan Pisano Design. I'm based in Chatham, New Jersey. I'm a mom of 2 boys and an interior designer.
Amazing. Thank you, Megan, for the intro. So when I first saw your story, I laughed a little bit and I had a little chuckle with myself because you had mentioned that you were rearranging your furniture ever since you were a young girl, and that was like the very first glimpse of like the direction that you were moving in. And the reason I laughed is because I feel like, for me, I read this book called Finding Your Element, and it always talked about how in your childhood, the things that you find joy in and the things that you just find yourself doing naturally that you love are the things that often end up being your calling. And so when I read that, I chuckled because I thought it's like we forget. And then we get into our 30s and 40s or whatever, and we start to revisit, we feel a bit lost, like what? And then this book just encourages you to go back and reflect on what did you spend your time doing and what did you love and what came naturally to you. So it seems like you, Megan, knew all along what your calling was and that you just stuck with it.
I didn't know.
Amazing.
I mean, I didn't know interior design was a thing though. So I didn't know it was a thing until college. And then one of my roommates was like, "Oh, I'm doing an interior design major." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to do that too."
That sounds like it's for me.
Yeah. I knew I wanted to do something creative though. So
did you explore other creative things when you were growing up?
I was always artsy, I kind of thought I wanted to be an artist. I'm not a very good drawer though, but I always liked coloring, drawing, and just being creative. But I really did rearrange my furniture once a week in my bedroom.
That's funny. You said that you still do that.
I as much as I can with 2 little boys. Yes, I rearrange constantly.
That's so funny.
So yeah, it's just something that's in me. I'll always do it.
So would you say that when people asked you okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? What would have been your answer?
Back then?
Back then.
I don't even know. Maybe an artist. I also liked psychology. So maybe
That's
one of those
interesting.
things. Yeah. Yeah. If I had another life or, more time, I might be a psychologist, but I love interior design. So I'm not going anywhere.
Awesome. So I feel like we often feel compelled to go into a job that's stable and full-time and offers security and all of these things when we come out of college. And I'm just wondering, is that why you went to B&B Italia?
Yeah, so B&B Italia is it's a high-end modern furniture company in the city. So it would give me exposure to interior design, and there was no way I was starting my own business. I didn't even think about it. So yeah, it was stability, insurance, all that stuff. And I was on my own. So it was a nice income, I could have my own little studio. Yeah.
Right.
So
I was good because the second part of this question was, was there ever a moment when you were making that decision where you were like, let me do my own thing, but you said that that was not the case?
I mean,
or like,
no, it wasn't the case. I mean, I would have loved to do my own thing, but it wasn't in my mind then. It wasn't like
right.
there yet.
It wasn't like, I'm going to go and put this much time in here,
Right.
and then I'm going to go and
Right.
start writing with this. That was like not the
No,
thought process plan.
no. Plus I was
so
young. I was like in my early 20s. It wasn't a thing.
Right. We're like, let me just live. Let me try to survive over here.
Let me figure this out first. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you think about the, like, what was your aha moment for you?
That's a good one because I always will remember it. So I worked at B&B for 10 years. Then I had my first son, who's 5 now. During maternity leave, I left my awesome job in the city, and I had him, and I was a stay-at-home mom for a year. And then I was like, I had postpartum, so I totally lost myself. And I was like, I should try to start my own business. So I had one client, and I was like on top of the world. I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then like that client referred me to her friends, and it just kind of escalated. I mean, I worked in the bedroom, our bedroom. I was part-time, still maintaining my, watching my baby. But then it just took off, and here I am. So
that's really amazing, right? Like you started not even with the expectation of this becoming something that was like gonna really blow up.
I really thought it was just like a little part-time gig that, would be fun for me to do because I love it. But now here I am. So yeah.
I love that. I love when things are like, but I also believe that like when you truly love something, it's just like, it grows.
I don't stop.
It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so passionate and I just keep going. I'm like the Energizer Bunny. So
I totally get that. I feel the same way about my work.
Yeah.
So when you think about the highlights and the best parts about running your own business, what would you say those are?
The best parts, basically, I can do what I want. There are no rules.
There's that.
I can take a day off and go to the beach. I mean, I'm also working 24/7 on my phone. So it's, and just kind of like meetings. I meet so many people, like amazing people. I have an awesome team. I have an awesome assistant. I have a little studio. So it's just really nice what I built for myself. And I feel like I'm like I'm not bragging, but I just feel proud of myself for what I accomplished. And there's many more things to come.
That's amazing. See, do you see like how hard it is for us as like mothers and women to even say like, I did that. I'm fucking really proud of that. Like I'm proud of me. It's hard to even say it to yourself sometimes.
This is the first time I've ever said that. So
well, you should be proud and say it loud.
Yeah.
Honestly. You busted your ass, you worked hard, and now you need to like shout from the hilltops about it.
Yeah, I certainly did. And I've never said I've been proud of myself, but this is the first time I'm saying it. So thank you for bringing it out in me.
I'm so glad that you said it. So what was interesting earlier was that you talked about psychology and that you also had a little bit of a love of that. So that's really sort of connected to the question. Well, I have this question because I understand that you're also a certified yoga instructor.
Yeah.
And that you talk about creating happiness in space as well as bringing a calm, relaxed approach to design. So that's got elements of psychology there, right? I mean, so it's like you are sort of weaving in this thing that has always also been in you,
Yeah.
So what would you say, in what way has like yoga influenced your approach to your business and, your life and beyond? And has psychology also been like intertwined in your approach?
Psychology a lot, because I have to understand how people think. I'm very good at reading people because when I meet my clients for the first time, I kind of have to understand like what they're thinking, what they want to do, how they approach things. And in that manner, I'm very flexible with them. I'm very calm, I take a calm approach. It's not like rush, rush, rush. I mean, maybe it's different behind the scenes, but not like in front of them. And then the yoga. So I am a certified yoga teacher, but that was, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. I haven't practiced in a while. I can't get the Zen back with the kids, but I hope to get it soon. But yeah, I just like the calmness and just kind of reading people, understanding what they're looking for, what they need, what they want, how to make them feel like happy and comfortable in their home.
Yeah, listen, I feel like there is really something to be said about space and energy and, all of anything that's in a room and the color and all that stuff, it all affects mood so much. It really does.
Yeah. I always tell my clients, like, I want you to be happy. I'm not the one living there. So I'm not going to force like whatever I like upon you, but I'm going to guide you and help you figure out the best solution to make you happy in your space. So yeah.
Absolutely. So I always like to ask, what is the best piece of business advice that you have ever gotten?
Be yourself, because if you're not,
so simple, right?
Yeah, it's the easiest thing.
So simple.
You can't be somebody else. You can't pretend to be I mean, you can kind of fake it till you make it, but still be yourself.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And just do what
and what about the best?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Do what you think is right.
Yeah.
And what about the best piece of motherhood advice?
So I had a really hard time with my first. He literally turned my world upside down, and I was struggling for a year because I like postpartum. And my sister-in-law gave me a piece of advice that I always remember. She said, the only consistent thing with having a baby is change. And like, I don't know, I still carry that to heart because the kids change so much and you just can't control it. And also they are who they are and you can't change them.
That's right. That's right. They come in with their own way of being, and you have to just, it doesn't, you don't get to just, they're not the piece of clay that we, that society makes us believe that they are. They come in with their own, set of wants, needs, expectations in the world.
Well, I can like a little tidbit is, so Hudson, my 5-year-old, I, did all the sports classes with him and everything. He hated everything. And all the other kids loved it. And I was like, what is wrong with him? I got so worked up. But then after a while, I was like, no, he's fine. He is who he is. Like, he's fine. And after I accepted that, everything went smoothly. So
that's right.
Let it go.
That is true. And now he's thriving and much happier because he's not showing up to things that he doesn't necessarily understand or want to participate in. And that's really, but there's also that process of exploring and understanding, okay, I don't like sports. Right. I don't like this. I don't like that. And here's what I'm gravitating towards, right? Goes back to find your element. Yeah. Hudson knows already it wasn't sports.
He's very smart.
So tell me 3 items that you could not live without that are most important in your perfect space.
It's going to be a little silly. Well, this one's not silly, but artwork is like my big thing and it's very personal. So when clients or myself or anybody that's looking for artwork, it just has to speak to you. You have to love it. It doesn't have to be like, take me home, but like, you have to just love it. Another thing is just to have like a few family photos around, just to keep you grounded. It's your home. And this is a silly thing, is blankets. I love blankets and throws and pillows. It's just cozy. Just
also like really great accents.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about layering too. Like if you have just like a sofa and a coffee table and a chair, but nothing else, it's nothing. You need to accessorize, have accents, make it you.
Right. Accents are everything. Even with like even jewelry and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So lastly, I'd like to ask, what would you say that you are most proud of as a mother and a business owner?
As a mother, honestly, like having help, because again, I'm going to go back to when my son was little, I refused help. I was like, I can do it, whatever.
There's a guilt association with that for some reason.
Guilt
Like I should be
association,
able
yeah.
to,
Yes.
Why can't I do everything?
Right. Yes. But then with my second, I was like, give me all the help. I'll take anybody who wants to help me. And I'm much happier. And then my youngest is much happier too, because he's taken care of, mommy's happy. You know, I see them a lot. It's not like I'm gone all the time. So help probably is like the best advice. Get help, you know, people want to help you. So take it. Don't think you can do it by yourself. There's a saying, it takes a village, and it's totally true.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. And then my business, I guess, just where I am now. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I have like a cute little studio in Chatham. I have an awesome assistant, you know, I have a great team. So we're rocking and rolling.
That is really good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you were able to get to that place today where you could say, I'm proud of myself.
Me too. Thank you for bringing it out.
It's so important. No worries at all. I love to bring out things in people that are super positive. So I just want to thank you for sitting with me and sharing your time with me, and just running me through your experience as an entrepreneur, as a mom, and just chasing your dream, and just how happy that it seems to have made you. Thank you. I just find that so often we are not encouraged as mothers to really dream chase, and that we end up finding ourselves sometimes in a place that's pretty resentful and unhappy or miserable, and doing things that we don't care about or love, or unable to show up, you know, for our children. But it really takes, you know, sitting and listening to some encouraging people like yourself who have gone through it and can say, hey, I'm out the other side of this. Like, you could get there. It's going to take work. It's going to take commitment and discipline, and, you know, it's going to be challenging, but you will be that much more happier and fulfilled, and so will your family for it. So, and what would you kind of say?
A support group and a network.
Right. I was going to say, what would you say to anyone out there that is just like on the precipice of like taking the jump?
Do it. Just close your eyes and do it. Get a headshot. That's what I always say. Get a headshot. Get Instagram. Just put yourself out there. Go to every single event that you can go to. How I really started was Facebook. Facebook, I would post on every single mom's group, hey, I'm an interior designer. And so people saw my name repetitively, and I just slowly like happened. Like I, you know, got my website, got my Instagram up and running, and networking is like the biggest thing. Like I go to so many events, and it's fun too. It's fun to like talk to like-minded people. You just feel like
really is
empowered, and it's just fun.
It's awesome. So let me ask you real quick. If people want to find you, where can they reach out to you if they want to avail of your services?
I'm always on Instagram, so definitely it's at Megan Pisano Design. My website, email, but Instagram's probably the best.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So everyone, that is a wrap. And Megan, once again, thank you so much for meeting with me.
Thank you so much.
And I'm looking forward to connecting in person soon. Hopefully. All right, cool.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.